So there's just these little breadcrumbs everywhere in our society of letting people know who's in with what. And now, because of technology, because of the time, because we're 243 years, 248 years into this republic, and they say they fall at 250, 1776. So we're about, 2 more years. Whether it's that, whether it's AI, whether it's us being able to see everything, maybe everything's exposed. I don't know. But everything is coming to light. And that's why I get so mad about the people that just want to still act like it's 2001 and you're going to watch the Orange Bowl. It's just not that way anymore. Listen to music more and listen to words. The messaging that they put in there.
Look at those hands. Who would have thought we'd get this before Grand Theft Auto 6?
And it's not even begun yet.
So you can talk to it. Conversation with it. I bet it can plug itself into charge.
Good observation.
Here it is working on a production line. Not pre-programmed. It learns how to build stuff with neural networks. It self-corrects.
It's insane. It self-corrects. It self-corrects. If you don't think that Terminator is predictive programming, man, I mean, we can laugh all we want. I don't even know what's going to happen. I mean, I don't want bad stuff to happen, but between this, it's all coming together. If you go into the deepest corners, it's such a deep rabbit hole, but it's really simple. And I'm going to say it again, and then I'll do one more video. Here's my take. You want to hear my take on where we are right now as a planet and AI. So the Earth is already built, meaning we framed it out. There's some places that are spectacular, and there's other places that need work. But we know how to do it now. It can always get better and more high tech, but we have it. Okay? So, by the way, every year when they redo a house or redo an apartment building and make them more high tech, they only got more sleek and cool, right? But yeah, we haven't been back to the moon because we forgot the plans. Is that the rumor? Wouldn't we use a fucking updated version to get to the moon? Not a 50. We don't use 55-year-old house plans anymore. We use new plans. So right there is your answer. So we have this the earth is built. All the humans, here's my take. I'm going to give you my take of the world, and I'm going to try to do it within 2 minutes. Are you ready? Civilization was born. The last 300 years is when money and all that stuff started happening. Besides the raucous killing of people and taking lands by brute force and jewels and such, rulers ruled, people were slaves. And then the Edwardian period and a different period, people came in and they started becoming civilized, and there was accountability for people's actions, so it wasn't the Wild West anymore. And so there were a few barons of rich things, of natural resources, just coal, oil, gas, steam, different things like that. Electricity, all this stuff is being born, which seems like out of my lifetime, but not that far ago in terms of the history of the earth. And, these people put systems in place to keep the lineage alive. And to say, boom, and they all like, hey, we all have the same thing in common. We're all rich. And we're going to own the best land, and we're going to have this best technologies and all this stuff. And then we're going to use the rest of these people to do the work for us. Which, this is a theory. I'm just doing my version, and I know people have said this in different ways. And so they've done all the work. So what do they encourage you? They encourage the family unit, which I do think it's good to have a family, even though I haven't done it yet. And they encourage people to procreate. And I don't think that was just for altruistic purposes. I think they wanted workers. And so generations of workers and workers and workers. And then they built it out, and they knew the timeline and technology, and they've known for 200 years when this was going to hit. And we just happen to be living in the timeline where we are now at the last invention, which is artificial intelligence. And artificial intelligence is basically saying, I can take it from here. Gotcha, bro. And it's a self-correcting, self-learning system that cannot be turned off. It cannot be stopped. And the people that are in charge, I hate to say the term, the elites, know that. They probably also know they're playing with fire, but it's worth the risk. And they figure they have enough money, they can barricade themselves from it, and it will do its bidding, and they'll bounce from this planet if it gets too weird and get to another planet. Literally, that's what's I believe will happen. And you better figure out who's got a good spaceship, because if we can't, how are we going to control this stuff? It makes it our brain is an ant in the Grand Canyon compared to them. Yeah, an ant in the Grand Canyon. Their brain is a Grand Canyon. Ours is an ant. You know what I mean, that's what we're dealing with here. So, and then it goes into AI, which goes into, they say it's tied with Satanism, and they say aliens, and they say all this stuff is different dimensions, and it's all different forms of the same thing that's connected, that becomes and transhumanism. So there's going to be less jobs, which, I know it's going to be tough. A lot of people are going to be looking for purpose. I've been more depressed lately. I don't want to be. And I was telling my girl, I was like, that's a deeper conversation, but I was like, who loves me, besides a few people that I know really love me. She's like, that's why you do comedy. And I'm like, yeah, I do comedy because I get love from the fans. They seem to appreciate me, and not in an idolatry way. They seem to really roll with me, and that does make me feel of purpose, of use. And so it's like, okay, I'm doing a job. And lately I've been getting more DMs about, hey, I really was having a bad day. You made me feel better. And it's like, okay, that's of purpose. So I have a purpose, I was with my chick today and we're in front of Phil's Coffee and there's a tour bus there. I should film it. And I didn't even know. And the tour bus starts there and then goes on a tour for 2 hours. And I guess they're talking about me, but I was behind a bush and she's like, they're talking about you. And then next thing I know, all these people are taking pictures and I'm used to it, but I didn't know that the tour knew that I was there having a coffee. And they're like, and that's Jamie Kennedy from Tremors 5. Funny credit to pick. And people start taking pictures. And to you, you're like, okay, well, that's your life. But I literally was like, I'm a giraffe. And they got a bonus animal on their tour. They're about to go on a tour. And I'm very happy that I'm a giraffe. I'm a spectacle. But my zookeeper, my chick, of course, didn't protect me. So what am I saying that point for? Is just that I know my purpose and I'm happy being a giraffe. And I think a lot of people are going to wonder what their purpose is. And I think with all this stuff, it's going to change. It's 2:45 in the morning. Let me just do one more video.